Hello and welcome to the Gauge Look, folks, and here we are with Total War Warhammer 2 and our Tomb Kings campaign. Now there's a lot of campaigns out there and I've been watching a lot and they're great fun. I've played Tomb Kings, in fact I've already won a campaign in Immortal Empires on my single player with Nagash, no, not with Nagash, with Arkan. And I was wondering to myself, how can we make it exciting to play as the Tomb Kings when there's so many other good Tomb Kings campaigns? And I thought, we're recently doing a Patreon campaign with Crockgar. I thought a themed campaign might be interesting, so here it is, guys. The idea of this, or the premise of this if you will, is Settra and the Throne of Souls. Now, I've just made that up, so please don't lore check that. Now, in order to gain the Throne of Souls, a few criteria have to be met. We have to take Altdorf, we have to take the capital of Ulthuan, and we have to take Hexoatl. I'm probably pronouncing Hexatl wrong. But on top of that, because those objectives in their own right are achievable, we have to kill, with Settra's army, not necessarily Settra himself, but with Settra's army, 10,000 of each race. So let's just go through them, and I'll also put them up on the screen right now. Yeah, that's right, Settra. 10,000 Tomb Kings units, 10,000 Vampiric units, 10,000 Greenskin units, 10,000 Skaven, 10,000 Lizardmen, 10,000 Dwarfs, 10,000 Humans, 10,000 Dark Elves, 10,000 High Elves, 10,000 Wood Elves, and 10,000 Chaos-esque guys, which would include Norska as well. I believe that covers them all. And we're also going to attempt to kill every single legendary lord to gain their souls, to get the special traits from them. Now, this might involve us liberating some factions. We do have the diplomatic options mod on, and that is the aim of it. Now, also, because this is a fairly role-played, sort of themed campaign, just because we know that the end turns, of course, are going to get quite long in this one, I'm going to read out some fan fiction in regard to the Tomb Kings. I reached out to some fan fiction writers, and the first story I'm going to read is, I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. It's called The Last Awakening, the story, and it's Sparta or Spartal412. I will link his fan fiction page. He writes a lot of fan fiction, and this is, it's a fairly, nice little short story about the Tomb Kings that we'll read in between the end turns, just so you can get some background. There's some lore in it, but it's more just about a short story. Okay, now obviously, as always, we're playing with the Radius mod. And the reason I've waited this long for a Tomb Kings campaign is for two reasons. I wanted to see other people play, but I also wanted new units. So I believe there's about 16 or 17 new units already out with the Radius mod, which is glorious. Now, I believe we start off at war with the top knots. So let us just go north, my friends. Okay, so we have the ability to get skeleton chariots. So let's get them. And we can build, let's get archer units. And of course, what are we going to focus on? I feel like I like my Ushanti the most. There's all sorts of... Yeah, let's go for you. Okay, now we can also get more than, I believe we can start with 2 armies rather than 1. Now that is because, I'm sure if you've seen my other campaigns, there's all sorts of... Oh wow, that's really good. There's all sorts of stacks will appear in this. Let's call him the Ranger, just so I remember now. Guys, I'm very, very open to naming all my units, especially the ones that I'll keep. So, example, Tomb Guards, definitely keep the War Sphinx. I want names. I want to build that as part of the sort of theme and the role play of the story. So let us get started. Okay. I'll try and read about a paragraph in each turn as well, between each turn, just so we can get the story through as well. Okay. Let me just pop down the sound a little bit, I think. Put the music up. Okay. Within the eternal blue sky did Petra, the Great Father, gaze down upon the world. On the dusty plains north of the blessed sands, hordes of savage, greenskin beasts flooded the plain like the waters of the great Vitai. Standing against the sea of barbarity was an army of gold and bronze, Thousands of swarthy-skinned men, dressed in gilded armour and kilts of white, stood in serried ranks. Each man tightly clenched the grip of his weapon, whether it be sword, spear, axe, or bow. Each man whispered prayers to their gods for deliverance from this mighty foe. Then the sounding of the horns came, and their hearts were lifted. The warriors of the blessed land made way for the Marianu and their chariots. Their eyes quickly fell upon the one who rode at the head of the noble host. The lead chariot itself was designed to resemble the winged bull, the symbol of Geheb, god of strength. Okay. Do let me know what you think about the story, or if I need to read slower. I know my accent can sometimes be a bit challenging. I have read some of it already, so I know it's quite enjoyable. You just go there. It's quite suitable for the Tomb King's campaign, this sort of in between, because there is a lot of interns in Leon. Well, obviously there's a lot of interns, but there's a lot of spare time, shall we say. Okay, so what have we got around us? We have hero capacity. Oh, that's not bad. Research rate and canopic jars. Army capacity. They're all pretty good. Okay. Don't think there's anything else to do. Hopefully we can attack that next turn. Okay. The owner of the chariot was clad as well in armour of gold and bronze, but richly decorated with lapis lazuli and jade from the eastern lands of the Dragon Emperors. Upon the chariot rode their general, the Hira of Kasabar. Her name was known to many, for she had been the heroine of the War of the Thousand Nights, which was fought against the Serpent Lords of the South. She was known as the bane of goblin tribes of the West, and the slayer of the bearded infernal kings and the brutish slaves who marched against Numas, and so many more. Okay. Oh, we can't quite reach. God damn it. It'll be fine. Okay, if you can get a reasonable... So of course, guys, there's a few variations of units. These are almost exactly the same as the other units, however they don't have shields. They've just got great weapons and some anti-infantry guys here with dual weapons. Nothing exceptional, but it's a nice wee start. We may as well get this army built up a little bit down here. In fact, would it be worthwhile getting that army? Well, it'll probably take Settra enough. Am I at war with anyone else here? Don't think so. Can you not make it? No, you can't. Her jet black hair had been braided. Each strand was decorated in rings of gold, and her face was concealed by a serenely beautiful mask of polished ivory. Upon her brow was a headdress of gold and azure, which emulated the rising sun. Its design was common amongst the warrior kings and queens across the blessed land. In her left hand she held a bow, which she had been sanctified by the priests of the goddess Asaph and crafted in the eastern city of Lamia. In her right hand she raised an elegant sword of silver, which captured and reflected the glory of Petra. It's going directed towards the enemy. The sword's design was unknown to soldiers of the blessed land. It was strange and foreign thing, but if the tales of its power were true, then it was as deadly as it was beautiful. Okay. Sounds like some sword, doesn't it? Sorry about my pronunciation, guys. I'm not great at them, but hopefully the story's starting to get interesting. Oh, I think we'll just always resolve that. Settra comes. Okay, so this is quite important here, because bearing in mind the mission of this is to kill. So, greenskins, what we're going to do on this as well is we're going to take it as the number lost. So, because it's about capturing souls, not necessarily about killing. So obviously we captured some, but they lost 811. So that is the number we're going to focus on. So 811. I'll pop updates in during the episode as well. Obviously I can't see that, but you'll be able to see that during the episode. Okay, so let's occupy it. Superb. You do rule. You do rule everything, you legend. Okay. Let us get you some archers. And then we'll move you up there. And indeed, we will move you further up. Now, I believe there's no cheeky way to get more, I don't think. I'm presuming you're not super safe here, are you? You know what, let's not risk it yet. You just come back after that. Well, in fact, still do that. You recruit. Okay. Advance was all the general said. Her voice was carried with an air of authority, almost as if mighty Settra himself had commanded them. Her words were borne by the winds and into the ears of each soldier as she spoke next to them. As one, the warriors of the blessed land marched. As one did shields lock and bows strung. They were ready, they were confident, they knew that the gods were with them. As long as the gods remained with the people of the blessed land, they knew that Nekahara would never fall. So that was kind of the prologue of the story, just to get things going. And I believe the first chapter as such is going to start. I was thinking about giving you the idea of what the story is based on to begin with, but I think I'll just let that come in on its own. I think it's more fun that way. Okay, and you can recruit locally, so we may as well get a few more. Probably should have done that in the last turn as well. So we're making okay money. Does anybody trade with me?
You dare. Salutations.
Trade agreement.
We have so be it.
I mean, I maybe shouldn't have done that actually, because I'll need to attack them quite quickly. Numas, you're in my story. You watch yourself, young man. You are talking to Settra. Settra the Almighty. Settra the Imperishable. I'm sure I get an event to get a... What do I want now? A Tomb Prince or a Necrotect? I might go for the Necrotect. I think I took the Tomb Prince the last time. Okay, the northwest of Kemri. It's too damn dark in here, muttered Hrolf Bullcleaver as he held up a torch. The sputtering flame banished the darkness of the corridor ahead of him. He was wary for any dangers ahead, for what they faced in this cursed land had no need of light. Tightly gripping his sword, he carried onwards, glancing back towards his companions. He saw Ognar, Eric, Sven, and that damn sorcerer from Marienburg. Behind the sorcerer were a dozen more men. Clad in robes of blue and gold, Victor Blaus did not seem much compared to other sorcerers he had seen. The Marienburger was a slightly tall, skinny-looking southerner in his middling years with a balding plate of black hair, and he even had no facial hair whatsoever. No facial hair. Okay, I think we will go for a Necrotect. Master of Stone Necrotect improved construction, its performance whilst also granting great mobility and improved income in the campaign. Yeah, let's get the Necrotect. So if you come that way, what do you actually do? You've got a bit of physical resistance. Is that for everybody or just you, I wonder? Probably just you. Yeah, so that's probably campaign movement range really, isn't it? So you keep going up there. You've basically got a full army. We'll leave it at that. We have 5,000, so we can get a casket of souls already, which is beautiful. Okay, and we will recruit that. That means we have a piece of artillery, which is utterly superb. And there we go. We're going to need a name for that Necrotech, remember. And let us let's just keep recruiting some units here. There's not really any worries. No recruitment costs at all. No upkeep costs. They're obviously terrible, those units, but that'll come. The Imperishable. And we really need to get some... I mean, he could be some raider, couldn't he? We probably need a raiding army, don't we? I'll probably use the raider. I'll just send you there, maybe. I'll get you to mop up around here. What do we have going on just now? Lord recruitment rank, hero capacity. I presume that doesn't mean... No. Okay. He had no facial hair whatsoever, and yet he had proven himself worthy of Char. by challenging their shaman, Vylod, in a duel, which ended in a humiliating defeat for the shaman. "Hey, sorcerer," shouted Hrolf, who was afraid of witches and their ilk, for he had paid great obedience to Karnef. "Why don't you cast a spell? A spell or something to light the way ahead?" The old man looked to him and replied in their tongue. His tone was annoyingly in a fatherly way as Hrolf were a child. "I need to conserve my power, dear boy. I can feel strong magic at work here." With a snort, Hrolf carried out, thinking how usual it was that a sorcerer wastes his chances to actually do something useful. Looking ahead, he noted the strange symbols and paintings on the walls. The advance was often slowed as the odd sorcerer kept calling for the group to stop so he could read them. How annoying. The Striegos are gone. That's not part of the story, that's part of me, sorry. Striegos. Right, you get in there. Increased mobility. That is pretty awesome, actually. Campaign movement range plus 10%. Okay, we got another right unlocked. Okay, I think we will... can you get there? And oh, that could be a bad battle for me, actually. Let's go a bit further. What have they got here? It's mainly just going to be basic units. Could be a challenge, that battle. I'll be honest, I have pretty poor units going on. Now, you're the guy with the book and the gash, aren't you? Yeah, look at that. They're just teasing me. There's no way I could take that army, though. Okay, if you can go do a cheeky raid, maybe? Should be okay just now. There's not much going on for us right now, is there? I think what I'll do actually is get you fully up. Let's get you those two. You do have the missile damage, don't you? So that is decent. And let us get you another one of them. Okay, so for 2 weeks now, Hrolf had been in the realms of Nekahara. He as well as several hundreds of warriors from across Norska and even warriors from the tribes further north, such as the Kurgan or the Hung. All had come heeding the call of Valerius, the Black King. The Black King was a mighty Chaos Lord, who, as stories went, hailed from the southern kingdom of the Horse Lords of Bretonnia. He had come to the north with eyes opened to the foolishness of the weakling gods of the south. The Scalds told many a mighty tale of the Black King deeds, and already carved a mighty nation within the wastes. Ah, a Bretonian king. Okay, let's halt that story there, because we are under attack. Now, I'm going to have poor vigour. This is an awkward battle for me, because those savage orcs can do damage to me quite easily. And they have physical resistance, of course. My War Sphinx will do a lot of work against them, and I don't think they have any real anti-large other than the big stabber. I've got chariots, so I'm going to have to make sure I get them out. Are they faster than me? No, but they're not far off. Fairly open. Okay, this is our battle. Our second battle. I'm a little bit worried about this, actually. Those savage orcs are much better than my units one-on-one, and they outnumber me significantly. But they have next to no archers, so I'm wondering if I should do a little bit of a corner camp situation here. I think I probably should, so I can get my chariots on the go. Okay, well, let's front line you. I won't have much in the way of spells, I imagine, right now, do I? None. Okay, so let's get you over here. You over here. Oh, I've got artillery, of course, as well. So I definitely corner camping a little bit. Casket of Souls is not actually bad in melee either, do remember that. Okay, so let's bring you back. I know this is a bit of a pitiful tactic? You know what I mean. But it's just too many goddamn savage orcs. They'll just outflank me easily. Okay. If we can focus on taking out their general as well, that'd probably be quite useful. So let's get the Necrotect up here. He's not a great melee lord, to be honest. And we'll get you down here. And you know what? we're going to get you to just charge right in the middle once you're available. Okay, there we go. You are a thing of beauty. First person with a name that isn't offensive to somebody will definitely get to choose the name of this. I am looking for names for most of my units in this. I'll keep any units that are named, even if they're a bit rubbishy. I'll put them in like another army or something. So we need to utilise these chariots as much as possible. They're presumably going to charge me. I must be hidden here, right? I'm not a huge fan of chariots. I like the look of them, but I know people say it's all about the micro, but even when I've tried microing them, I've never really been able to do it, so... I do love just the standard skeleton warriors in this. I don't really understand what whip infantry is, to be honest. Casket of Souls. And these aren't bad, skeleton archers. You should get quite a lot of kills. You're already annoying. In fact, let's get you in the middle. The War Sphinx can come. You have not remained hidden, unfortunately. So if you can come over there, that'd be great. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. Hopefully get some good hits in. It's not a huge amount of ammunition, but it's not bad. What does that do again? Ah. Hopefully get 2 casket souls, although I actually prefer the Screaming Skull catapult. Okay. Here we go. You're about to get hit, my friends. This is going to be a challenging battle, you know. It really is. Nice. And they've got very little, they've got no armour. A lot of life, though. So what do you have? You have weapon damage. Also got this as well, which is nice. Let's kill some guys. Nice. Okay. Just even you out a little bit more. These are pretty decent guys. Tomb guards, halberds. Definitely more than capable. Okay, so my chariots are definitely been spotted, so just get out of the way. Just lead them on a merry chase. It's fine with me. The question is, do I want my War Sphinx to recharge out? Probably not, because I don't think I do deal with it too much. Not doing huge amounts of damage, but I suppose you don't have any ranks yet, do you? So skeleton archers are about to do some damage. Looking forward to using some of the new radius units that I've not used in campaign yet. Oh, nice. I believe there's a new set of archers that I think it's the take cover debuff they have, which is just -6 leadership, but that'll do a lot to units like this. You're probably going to break. Okay, so I think we will stop you firing where you want, and I'll tell you where to fire. Yeah, you're broken, which is nice. So we'll get you skeleton warriors. They're a little bit better, these savage orcs. Stab a savage, I suppose. Okay, if you can get over there, be great. Yeah, just focus on their archers. I don't really have too much else to focus on. Right, so I think we will already start lining you up to start that sort of thing. And you, my friends, They're really not doing too much there, so let us get in there. We've already lost a fair few units. Okay, come on down. Take out those archers. Go get Settra out there, because he is getting hurt a little bit. Just keep fighting on that, please. You fire into there. You can fire into that. Great. Hopefully you guys will be able to deal with that. Although, you have been kind of hurt a little bit there. Okay, come on down. Oh, man, you're already in a silver chevron already. Nice. Do as much damage as possible, lads. Okay, so you're definitely going to need some help. I think we'll fire you that way. Let's get you out here. Okay, so that's their health pot. Should be fine. Necrotect. It's getting hurt, you know. Let's get him back. Stick that on there. If we can crush one of these flanks, it'll be fine. Okay, I think we'll actually get you to fire in there, you know. Let's just go for it. Assume you're on 20. Nice. Aim at the back though, please. So if you can fire into the back of those savage orcs. You go for that. You go follow wherever they're going. Definitely. Oh god, I'm gonna lose my bloody necrotect already, aren't I? Come out. Necrotect, you're crumbling, which probably means you are gonna die. Oh, damn it. God damn it. Unbelievable. You're out. Stop crumbling, please. Pain in the ass. That is... I presume I can recruit another Necrotect, can't I? I think that's how it works. Just I'm getting another heal buff. Nice. Okay, warriors are rallying. Okay, if we can get you in there, great. Get you down there. Come on. Nice. Okay, and we will get you, my friend, up here. Okay, you're done. Okay, I think you're over. Okay, it is over down here. If you go after them, you go after them. Get you there. Settra, if you can go after this lot, please. Oh, there's a water box there. Presume you can take that though. Go after the general if you could. Okay, if you just get straight into the savage orcs, just don't even worry about it. More than a little bit painful, this. Fire into them. You get into them, please. Settra. You hurting him yet? Come on now. So if we get you down there. Get you up there. Get you up there, we'll get you straight down the middle. I don't think those sort of level anti-large units will do much to my War Sphinx. Victory is in our grasp, but we lost our goddamn Necrotect. That really irritates me. Okay, if you can get into the back. If you fire in on them, please. Okay, we have the victory. We may as well just kill a few of these units, please. Okay. Come on. Oh, man, bloody necrotape. Heroic victory. I think it was actually a pretty good victory when you consider what I was facing with what I have. You are rubbish though, aren't you? Should have got the Tomb Prince on you. I like having a melee lord. It's just that Settra isn't exactly a caster lord, even though he has his magic. So I thought I'd get a mixed one. Okay, let's do unit replenishment. In fact, no, why would I do that? Let me get kind of big jars, I think. Oh wait, I thought I was taking their city. Oops. I was not. So we may actually need to do something with that. I won't do the story mid-turn, but I will carry on. They actually have quite a lot of soldiers around here. Yeah, I know. Can I get another one? I can. Trustworthy. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so I think what we better do here is get a bit stronger. So we have the Restless Dead. We will go for casualty replenishment rate. And now we have you. And we will stick you slightly over. And we will get you raiding. A wee bit more money. Anyway, we're going to call that one there. So I do hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know how you feel about the story. And if I need to change anything about that. I will be putting the kill counts as you'll have been seeing on the episodes. And obviously at the start I'll do the whole one on each episode. Anyway, thanks very much folks, and I'll see you again.